Good morning and God bless you. We are on day 107 of our journey through the Bible. Today's reading is Joshua 15, Luke chapter 18, verse 18 through 43, Psalms chapter 86, verse 1 through 17, Proverbs verse 13, verse 9 through 10. I would like to say, as I say all the time, that God is good. He is abounding in mercy, full of truth and compassion. He is love. He is love. Remember that love covers a multitude of sin. All right, so instead of blasting your neighbor or your friend or even your adversary for the things that they have done wrong, just love them. Just love them. All right, just love them. Follow them. Speak blessings onto them, not curses. All right, remember that God who has forgiven you requires you to forgive others. We've already talked about forgiveness. All right, and through the Lord's Prayer, we learn, it says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, right? What that means is that you are forgiven by the measure in which you forgive. And you must remember to forgive yourself, because without forgiveness, you are not forgiven. And how you forgive is how you will be forgiven. All right, so remember that. As you go forth in today's journey, humble yourself and follow Him. Humble yourself and come to the Lord, for He desires to be close with you. He desires for you to acknowledge Him. He desires for your obedience. Obedience is better than sacrifice. But who are we that the God of the whole earth, the heaven and the earth, wants you, right? The Lord who can create a multitude from the very dust loves you. He knows you, and He's waiting for you to claim Him as your God, because He is the God of the whole earth, even for those that do not believe in Him. All right, He's provided His Son Jesus Christ for our salvation, because without Him, none of us would exist. All right, and that's for all sin, for all generations, past, present, and future. All right, that is how much He loves us, and that's an amazing thing to be under His wing, to abide under His mighty wing, to know that He loves us. All right, and He's asking in return is that we acknowledge Him, that we put Him first in our lives in all things. Fear nothing, pray about everything. All right, this God is amazing. He is the only God, the one and only, from the beginning all the way till now. Many things constantly come up and confront us, but He is just and merciful, and He delivers us out of all of them. All right, so today, I just want to let you know and remind you that no one knows when the Messiah is coming. All right, so keep yourself on guard. Keep yourself doing the things that He set out for you to do. Make your way clean, so that in the hour in which He does come, you are discovered doing exactly what He asked you to do. All right, which is to seek after Him, which is to follow Jesus, which is to have faith in Him, which is to go about with the renewed and changing of your mind, solely focused on doing God's will. All right, and the belief in His name and His Son, Jesus Christ, that He died on that cross and was risen and now sits at the right hand of the throne of God, that He did all of this to reconcile us to Himself. All right, that's why He did that, and that's why He gave us His Son, because none of us are without sin, and He understands it, and He knows it. And where there is temptation, He also provides a pathway out of temptation. All right, the way to overcome it. When you go about your daily life, don't do the things, helping people, encouraging them, providing for the hungry, providing, clothing the naked. Don't go doing these things so that man can see you doing it and then give you praise and accolades. We don't do it for that. We do it because we're the servants of the Most High. We do it because that's what Jesus told us to do, to go forth and help our fellow brothers, to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Always referring and reflecting to God, because it's His children. Everyone you encounter is another one of His children. All right, so don't have anger or strife. Don't have anger and strife towards your neighbor. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Treat them as if you want to be treated. All right, treat every person that you encounter as if you're talking to God Himself. All right, just go forth and do the things that you were called to do. I know what my purpose is, and my purpose is to share His word. Right, to plant the seed, right, to fire up, to provide that encouragement and burning desire in your heart to seek after the Lord. All Right? And I hope that that's what these videos are doing for you, and that's what these readings are doing for you, providing for you a burning desire to seek after the Lord. All right, and that's it. That's the whole intent and the purpose of these videos, is to help you on your journey to God. All right, and that's what we do the readings for, so that we can understand who God is, so that we can partake in His massive and beautiful creation. All right, so that we can acknowledge Him and put Him first in all ways, in all things, at all times. Easy? No. Difficult? No. All right, just having trust in His Son Jesus Christ, or having trust in Him. All right, that peace and joy of Christ remains, and I hope it abounds in you. I hope it puts that burning desire for you to seek Him and to understand and realize that He's always been there. Even now, He's the living God. All right, so just lots on my mind right now, and I don't know if I'm channeling it, properly. I love God. If there's anything to be said about me, I love Jesus. All right, that's it. I love Jesus. He is first and foremost in my mind. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's the beginning. He's the end. Or He's the Ancient of Days. He is the firstborn of all creation. He is. All right, and Him being pure, humbled Himself and ransomed Himself for us who were wicked. And it's an amazing thing. All right, so with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I just want to say thank you for watching. Seek after God. Just love Him with all your heart, mind, and soul. With all your strength, seek after Him. Fear nothing. Pray about everything. And all you do, do it for the glory of God. Go with God. Stay with God.